Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, for another round of the Stock Car Championship Series. We are live here at Concord Speedway. Beautiful shot from above of this very short triangle-shaped short track here, bull ring almost. A lot of side-by-side action set to take place with these 40 stock car legends on track. In the Gen 4 Cup car, go ahead and get down to track level. See Jeff Gordon currently 4th on the timesheets. That's right behind Cale Yarborough, who is 2nd. This is our early warm-up. We have about 10 minutes left before we hit qualifying, and we have 4-lap qualifying followed by the 400-lap, 300-mile race here at Concord. See if we can pick up Craig Biffle momentarily. He's currently quickest on track, riding all by himself right at the moment. A great shot of that National Guard 16 coming out of turn 3. 16.067, his quickest lap. About 500ths quicker than Cale Yarborough. Still got quite a few cars looking to get a first lap in the books too, so we'll see these times change a bit momentarily. But guys like Jimmie Johnson, I saw yet to get a lap, and a few others back there. A quick group of cars here. First, 6th, 5th, 7th, all in a line. See Allison looking on the high side of Bobby Allison. That second groove working here. Huge pack of cars here. Wow. This is where it went up. Kyle Busch, last year's champ, looking to get a win on the board this season. Could happen here. We also got last week's winner right there, Bill Elliott. Halfway through our warm-up. Should see just over 100 laps. They've got 120 laps on a green flag run. So that will come into play with this 400-lap race. On board with Kyle Busch, right behind his teammate Truex Jr. Going inside. See this pack kind of dispersing a bit. Craig Biffle still quickest, and will probably remain quickest now that we have quite a bit of rubber on the track. Those fastest laps typically come in the first 5 minutes. Keselowski currently running 24th, looking for a good run. He's a very aggressive driver. Could definitely get a good finish here today. So we're going to pick up Jimmie Johnson, our current points leader, with Cale Yarborough. Oh, there he is on pit lane. 38th at the moment. He got out pretty late, but not where he wants to be in practice. There's Craig Biffle once again. Got Richard Petty to his inside. Richard Petty, obviously well versed in this series, many wins. Stayed with Logano. See Biffle currently on this 23rd lap on this set of tires. Trying to get an idea how they'll react in the race. Tony Stewart, 9th quickest, going inside on Greg Biffle. Got Logano ahead, who's 8th quickest. Just under 5 minutes left in our warm-up. Bubba Wallace out on the inside. Just doesn't have the momentum when you're down that low. Richard Petty looks like he might get beat, or might get hung up behind his teammate. Almost 3 wide through the kink. It's not even a kink, that is a full bend and corner in the back. I'm not sure if it's referred to as a corner. It should be. And Biffle remain quickest here. 4 minutes left. And we'll hit our 4-lap qualifying.
Track temp jumped to 96 degrees Fahrenheit in the last 10 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yeah, very warm track temperatures. 96 degrees. That will only increase as this is a 2 p.m. start time for this race. Currently about 12:11 local time. Qualifying will kick off at 1. Managing this traffic will be very key. Being aware of that low line being held up by any slow cars, you can really get steamrolled on the outside by faster cars. Only 68 degrees. It's not terrible. But that track temperature is certainly something to watch. Of our practice session, just following along with Greg Biffle at the moment. Quickest overall, got Jeff Gordon just ahead, is 4th fastest. Surprised to see Ken Schrader 6th quickest overall at the moment. He's had he's actually 35th. I was seeing Jimmie Johnson up to 6th, so he's able to get his car worked on and up to speed. Greg Biffle, even with now 37 laps on these tires, looking comfortable. So that's something to keep in mind in this race as it progresses as well. Ooh, sliding way up the track that time. Looks like Jimmie Johnson might be hitting pit lane here. Yep. One more shot from the blimp before we get to our qualifying session. We got 40 cars here in the Stock Car Championship Series ready to take the 3-corner triangle of Concord. Been here one time previously where Joey Logano was very much in control through the 400 laps. Do we see the same thing here today?
Checkered flag for practice.
Go ahead, jump over to qualifying, and we'll stick with Greg Biffle, who was quickest in that session. Alright, and Greg Biffle rolling out of pit lane. A few other cars already out ahead, but we'll jump to whoever's quickest as the session progresses. It'll be quick, only 4 laps. Right out to the wall. Here comes Biffle, lap 1. Not very quick at all. Earnhardt Sr. now. 16.4. Goes to a 16.3, but Yarborough, very quick. He takes provisional pole. Gonna have one more lap to go here as he crosses the line. Does he go faster still? Pearson actually now on pole. Larson. I think Larson's got it. Then they go faster again. Few cars breaking the 16-second barrier. Looks like we got 6 of them under 16 seconds, edging out Larson. First one being Earnhardt Sr. starting first here at Concord alongside Kyle Busch. Behind them, Richard Petty and Alan Kulwicki. Very exciting qualifying there, just wrapping up. We'll get ready for 300 miles here at Concord. Alright, cars will now start lining up on the grid. We'll get 2 laps behind the pace car before
4 minutes 55 seconds remaining.
Getting the green flag. So go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup. You can see where your favorite driver is starting. And we'll show the grid before we get started as well. There you see Earnhardt Sr. and Kyle Busch on the front row, followed by Richard Petty and Alan Kulwicki. David Pearson and Bobby Allison, teammates there in row 3, while Larson and Jeff Gordon fill out row 4. Row 5, Cale Yarborough and Keselowski. That's your top 10. Quite a few Gibbs cars after that. We might have some big names here at the back as I'm looking. We'll just wait a moment. Kyle Petty with a great starting position. You see Kurt Busch, Bobby Labonte, Kenseth. These guys up pretty high in the points, starting towards the back and quickest in practice. There you see him on the inside. Third to last row, Greg Biffle. Even got Chase Elliott back here. You know, he wants to get to the front very quick on these short tracks. And last row, got Clint Boyer and Jeff Burton. two color commentators filling out the last row. There you can sort of take a quick look through the starting grid if you missed anyone.
This should be a two-stopper with earliest pit on lap 94. Gridding done. Pace car about to go.
We will have our predetermined cautions have already been randomly selected.
Pace
so
car moving.
as those come, we will inform you as to why they took place. If we have any other cautions as well, obviously, we will replay those. 2 laps behind the pace car and we'll go green here at Concord. It'll be 400 miles. 400 laps. And when I say 300 miles, I think I'm actually wrong on that. I think it might actually be 500. I'll take a look at some point. Math. Exciting race though, set to unfold. Great look at the field as they come through. Seems like
Focus now.
Alright, pace car pulling in. Green flag about to come out.
Pace car in pit lane.
And accelerating before they hit turn 3.
Get ready.
Cowboys trying to hold second place. Richard Petty has the inside line. And Petty looks like he might be clear. Green flag. Everyone going for it here early on. Great shots, everyone piles into turn 3. A couple 3 wide attempts. But Earnhardt Sr. pulling away quick as Richard Petty is stuck with Kyle Busch on his right rear, now able to clear as they head into turn 3. Pearson now going to look to follow. Quickest lap already, Dale Sr. 16.002. And he hit a 15 on this time by. Indeed he does. Richard Petty, though, quickest overall. Not going to let Earnhardt pull away. Kyle Busch has finally got himself single file and now focused back on the top 2. Greg Biffle making up quite a few spots early on. Lap traffic. It's gonna come pretty quick. So here we are. Got Cale Yarborough, Bobby Allison battling with Jeff Gordon and Jimmie Johnson. Team versus team. Behind them, Logano looking for a way by all 4. Cale Yarborough pulling away. He's going pretty quick. He got 7/10 on that lap. He's got somewhere to be. Off turn 3, here comes Cale again. 16.1 and even Gordon heating it up. Kyle Busch just ran his quickest lap of the race. And the quickest overall, in fact. We see Kulwicki trying to find a way by, and Kyle Busch closing that gap on the king. Up ahead, here's Earnhardt Sr. in heavy traffic. Jeff Burton, Ricky Rudd, Ken Schrader, Clint Boyer, and Ernie Irvin all directly in front. Richard Petty and Kyle Busch now closing up as well. Looking inside the line, seems to be the best way around so far. It's on lap 12, though, already into lap traffic. 3 wide behind him. Look at Richard Petty. Makes it work. Lap cars gave him plenty of room, and now Pearson trying to go 3 wide and split Kyle Busch. Kyle not having the start he was hoping for. That was Earnhardt. He's left there 3 wide for a moment. Cuts back down low behind Boyer, but Boyer doesn't get off 3 as he would hope. Richard Petty to the high side. He's going to get alongside the 3. Go 3 wide, shoot the gap. Very nice move by Richard Petty for the lead. And now setting sail on the next set of lap cars. See Earnhardt. And you got to go further back here to Kyle Busch in 3rd. Scott Pearson, Kyle Larson, Kulwicki, and Stewart all in the picture. There, Busch finally clear of Ken Schrader. Things can change so fast here at Concord. Very momentum-built track. Nice move by Richard getting to the high side. I think that was the right call here. Kyle Petty struggling on the low line. And Earnhardt now going up to the high side on Clint Boyer. Trying to stay in touch with Richard, who is now 1.2 up the track. Great job keeping it clean out here so far. There's Greg Biffle, who is quickest at practice, about to go a lap down. He's in 30th at the moment. There's Dale Earnhardt. Built another gap, put a buffer between himself and Kyle Busch. Kyle has Tony Stewart and Kyle Larson behind him, while Kulwicki and Jeff Gordon still looking for a way by Ken Schrader. Kulwicki running 6th, trying to get back into the top 5 as Tony Stewart held up behind Bubba Wallace. Ooh, 3 wide, nice move by Earnhardt. Oh, doesn't quite get there though. Chase Elliott closes the door. So now the momentum off the corner. James Richard Petty now looking on Michael Waltrip to put him a lap down. And Harry Gant as well. Big gap though now up to the next group of cars. 4 seconds in fact. Just doing pretty well up here, but leaders will catch them very soon. Stick back here with Earnhardt as he's now into that lap traffic. And it's Kyle Larson now in the 3rd. Oh, sideways. See how well these tires hold on. Earnhardt struggling to get by there with those older tires. Richard Petty's now got a second off that gap to that next group of lap cars. There's Larson. Go on board with the 5. He's behind another 5, then Terry Labonte. Clear of Harrogate. Gonna have a nice run off of 3. One of my favorite tracks here, Concord. It's just so much fun. I love the banking. We get big lift for Larson. This short front straightaway. It's a very old school traditional.
Hamlin got a black flag.
Oh, Denny Hamlin with a black flag. Let's take a look. Does he get to the... See if we can find out what happened here.
Slow mini sector 3.
Well, Hamlin got a black flag for. I'm just not entirely sure what Hamlin has been black flag for.
The yellow flag is out.
And we have a caution
19th
now.
position number 028 David Allison is black flagged. Pace car on track.
Davey Allison black flagged.
Pace car left the pit. Rudd is black flagged.
Oh, they'll clear some of these penalties. Not sure what brought out the caution. Trying to get our bearings back here. Cars on pit lane stacked up. Pure chaos here at Concord. Cars are going a lap down in pit lane. Earnhardt Jr. gonna get the wave around.
Hang on, we're not going green.
We're gonna have to extend this green flag a few laps. Maybe just one lap. So I don't see... Okay, Terry Labonte is out of the race. Let's see if we can find what happened to Terry. Well, I am not sure.
Pace car out now. Get ready to go.
Hang on, we're not going green.
All right, we'll be going green this next time by. This race could be pretty crazy now. I don't know what to expect.
Get ready. Pace car in.
And off of turn 3, here they go. Green flag back in the air. Richard Petty leads with Kulwicki now up to second. See Bobby Allison going to try to slide down into third in front of Bobby Labonte. No current penalties, which is great news. A lot of cars went lap down though under that sequence. Yeah, we have 11 cars on the lead lap currently. See if we can find where our first fresh tires are. That's Kyle Larson. Labonte in the first without, and you can see the difference. These guys are flying. The Kyle and Kyle show up to 5th and 6th. So they are still getting up to speed, about 2/10 slower than the top 4. But I think that's about to flip pretty quick here. Oh, Kulwicki, quickest lap at 15.8. Even Cale Yarborough with a 15.8. Very fast up here at the front. Very close battling out the front here, still for second. Bobby Allison holding off Kulwicki and Cale Yarborough. And you got new tires. Already 14 laps since that pit stop, and it's amazing how quick these laps just tick off. Jeff Gordon in 8th, got Dale Earnhardt Sr. behind him in 13th, a lap down. Unbelievable. Even David Pearson, he's the first car lap down. Being what happened there, I think if we have a next caution, we'll try to wave a lot of these guys back around. So they got hung up in the pits. Whoa, heavy traffic for the lead. Here we go. They got there quicker than I anticipated, and now we are in the thick of it with Richard Petty getting by Ricky Rudd. It's got Chase Elliott and Neil Bonnet now ahead. They're going 3 wide in this pack. You see the teammates of Cale Yarborough and Bobby Allison just trying both the high and the low line. Anything that can work to get by the 43, who's actually using the middle right now. And there goes Cale to the high side. He looks like he has room. Petty's going to get hung up a bit. Yeah, he had to really jump out of the gas and check up that whole inside line. to the lead, Cale Yarborough. 360 or 340 laps to go. Looking good, but here comes Ricky Rudd, who just went a lap down and is somehow getting back around these guys. I think those fresh tires, perhaps, but Richard Petty looking back for the lead, and Kyle Busch, the freshest tires, going for the lead. Looks like Larson fell off a bit. Kulwicki almost gets into Neil Bonnet, but they keep it straight. 3 wide behind also Earnhardt, trying to get his lap back, moving through all these lead cars. He's furious. Oh, drives Tony Stewart up into the wall. He's on probation, so gotta be careful if you're a senior. You can lose 10 points being in an accident and causing an accident while on probation. So he's got 4 more cars to pass to get his lap back the traditional way. Looks like Tony Stewart's on pit lane. Got damage to the right front. That's upsetting for the 20 team. Now all that's left for Earnhardt here is Kyle Busch to get back on the lead lap. Incredible job by the 3 car. Oh, he drifted through the corner and had to really lift out of the gas. Allows Richard Petty and Kyle Busch back high. .70 laps in the books. Richard Petty still on his first set of tires, while Kyle Busch has got about 40 laps fresher. Kyle Larson now. He's coming through the field. Up right now behind Ernie Irvin. Got Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson just behind. Even Earnhardt Sr. can still try to get his lap back. Kulwicki would be Richard Petty's next closest competitor on the same strategy. He's in 4th in the picture still. See if we can go on board with Dale Sr. here. Big lift for Larson. Kyle Busch looks like he got around Richard Petty for the lead. These guys are sliding all around, and there goes Cale Yarborough and Kulwicki to the outside as this inside line is just stalled out. Cale Yarborough. And Kyle Busch just driving away. Oh, slides it in there hard. Cale Yarborough. His tires are about gone. But so are the fuel tanks, so I think they're able to maintain their pace. Just with the lighter fuel load. Wide with a lap car. Kulwicki clears off of 3. Jeff Gordon now. He's got fresher tires. He's looking on the outside to come to the front too. So Jeff Gordon put him up into the top 3. Kyle Busch, Kulwicki, Jeff Gordon. And you got Cale Yarborough and Richard Petty. Kulwicki, Yarborough, and Petty still need to pit. These guys going at it back here. A lot of lap cars involved. Tony Stewart's back on track after his damage. Not a great day for Joe Gibbs Racing. Here's Kyle Busch, he's your leader, out front by 2.2 seconds. 3.4 over the next car on his strategy, which would be Jeff Gordon. Trying to get by Clint Boyer, putting him another lap down. Go back here to Kulwicki and Gordon. So we await those first round of stops for those that stayed out. Oh, Gordon completely sideways on the middle of the corner there. Great move by Cale Yarborough. Angled that corner to get the exit and hopefully clear Ricky Rudd here. Nope, not quite. Rudd really fighting hard. He does have the fresh tires too. And by fresh, at this point I just really mean fresher, as freshness has surely worn off. I saw Gordon completely sideways back here. The freshness has worn off these newer tires, but they do still have an advantage. Coming up on lap 100 of 400.
Track temperature risen to 92 degrees Fahrenheit in the last 14 minutes 19.
Labonte still on the lead lap. Good job. Logano behind him. There's Richard Petty still in 5th. I think we may have had a pit stop. Anyway, actually our timing and scoring is just going a little wonky. Jeff Gordon now clears some lap traffic, has the ability to put down some clean laps. Kyle Busch just dominating right now. 7-second lead over Jeff Gordon. Just at the 1/4 point of the race. Nice move by Kulwicki. Definitely the quickest of those that stayed out. He's got 4 seconds on Cale Yarborough. But yeah, his pit stop's got to be coming in the next 25 laps. And then from there, we wait for the likes of Kyle Busch and everyone else. They'll be on significantly slower tires, and you'll see Kulwicki just flying through everyone. Kulwicki closing up here on Kyle Busch with the lap traffic. Even Jeff Gordon starting to get back to him as he had some clean air to work with. Jeff Gordon there on the inside now, outside looking on Irvin. Doesn't give it to him. Might get that outside though into one. See, like we do have a no caution. Not sure what's happened here. There's a lot of stumbling cars out. I'm not sure what's going on with is it tire related or gas related, but my goodness. Chaos at Concord. See if we can find our leader. There's Kyle Busch in second. Kulwicki has taken the lead and driven away. I'm completely confused as to what's going on with this current run of cars, but everyone's taking a very low line, not going out to the wall anymore. Debris or just too many marbles up at that part of the track.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
All right, we do have a caution now.
Pace car on track.
I don't see a crash, but we got a yellow flag. Here's who's coming down pit lane. We'll get a look at that. We're going to get quite a few of these cars some laps back, too.
Hang on, we're not going green. Doing one more lap.
Just getting everything back in order before we get going green. So a lot of cars going to get wave arounds, and we'll just keep cycling the caution laps until we get back squared away.
We're doing one more lap.
While those guys went a lap down under the first caution on pit lane, as it was like 30 cars and everyone just got stacked up, so I think only right to give them a lap back. Still, some cars will be a lap down.
We're doing one more lap.
Man, that should be everyone back around, and we'll be good to go in 2 laps time. That's much better. Put a significant amount of cars back on the lap. We're back with 19. First car lap down is Brad Keselowski. And now it's going to be interesting to see how these pit stops all play out. Only a few cars stayed out. Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, and Joey Logano. 78 laps on their tires.
Get ready.
Everybody's still running. Not sure what the cautions we've had have actually been for. Actually, I'm sorry. Terry Labonte is out of the race. Bill Jarrett might be out as well. Green flag's back out. Jeff Gordon did not get a good start on that outside lane. It is the worst spot to be on the restart. Once you get going, that outside gets cooking. Look at how these tires get away at the beginning. These guys are just gone. Great shot of the field coming through that bend, and Dale Jarrett, bit off pace. Here they come again. Gordon now clear. See if Jeff Gordon closed back up on Logano and Kyle Busch. Got fresh tires behind these three. First one being Alan Kulwicki. He's looking very fast on that last run. Quicker than Richard Petty. I think it's Kulwicki, Yarborough, Bobby Allison, and Richard Petty. And then you got these guys who are obviously very quick, but on a different strategy. Richard Petty in 7th. Bobby Labonte in 8th. We go back here now. These guys did not pit on the last caution and got their lap back. Guys like Darrell Waltrip. See David Pearson, Bill Elliott, Martin Truex Jr. Very interesting. So it's not just those three. It seems like a lot of cars that got back on the lead lap, got that wave around, did not pit either. See those new tires now? Seem like they're starting to see that crossover where the old tires cannot compete with those fresh rubber now on lap 16. Kulwicki looking quicker than Jeff Gordon. Well, Logano still riding in the path of Kyle Busch as they are approaching lap traffic. That'd be Michael Waltrip and Carl Edwards up ahead. But this is the battle on track 4 position. 3rd through 7th. Kulwicki getting real sideways on the inside, probably burning up that right rear tire. Not what you want to do. And got Kyle Busch working through traffic, so he's been excellent at it so far here today. To the high side, going by Carl Edwards. It's got Tony Stewart, who's back on track, had some problems earlier.
Slow mini sector 6.
Cale Yarborough now to the high side of Logano. Might get there in this next lap. So has to tuck back in now. Look at the low line.
Mini sector 1 slow. That's sector 1.
Checked up. Well done by Cale, keeping the momentum on the low line. Not many have been able to do that here today. He gets to the inside of Logano. This might work. You get by Bonnet on the outside. As he doesn't get sideways. It's even looking on Carl Edwards off of 3. Very nicely done. Coordinating this traffic. Richard Petty just kind of threw a grappling hook onto the rear bumper and dragging along here. Busch now 2 seconds up the road. There he is on the outside. Goodbye, Tony Stewart. Now Dale Earnhardt Jr. I believe is now the last car on the lead lap. Indeed he is. And you got Kevin Harvick and Matt Kenseth ahead. That would be the next cars to go a lap down. Chase Elliott ahead, running 20th. Ironically, the first car a lap down. Or Chase and Earnhardt Jr. Very interesting. A lap separates Earnhardt Jr. and Chase Elliott, but they're both a lap down. Just kind of messing with the time and scoring, but Kyle Busch getting by both of them. Things continue to go smoothly for the 18. Pit stops should be momentarily though. Our leaders went to 111 with a caution flag. They might have been able to go to about 125. Got Logano still in second. Hanging strong. Cale Yarborough in third. A lot of traffic ahead here for Logano and Cale. Yarborough to the outside of Logano, takes a spot. It's like alright, I just tried now, I couldn't do anything, you tried. They're giving each other, take turns on who can get by, and they'll follow whoever they can. To hit lap 150 here in this race. Highly competitive so far. Nobody really had a few, let's say, incidents, side-by-side contact and damaging the right front of a few cars, but I haven't seen a caution on track yet, even though we had 2 yellows. Cale Yarborough up to second. He has 1.6 right now on Alan Kulwicki, who's in fourth. Cale using that high line. Getting by Harvick, and now looking for a way by Earnhardt Jr. into 3. Looks like he'll stay in line and try to make a run. There you go, turn 1. Got a bit to the inside. That grip when it catches just snaps the car to the outside. Cale Yarborough looks like he's going to make this one pretty easy. Good check back with Kyle Busch, though. I'm interested when he's going to pit. I know he's on the high side, so first thing, you got to get down to the lows line to make that stop. That's the Truex Jr. He just made his way down, so it's got to be any lap now. see Greg Biffle. Now some cars with fresh tires that are going to be blistering quick. By about a second, I would say. Second a lap. Busch continues the lead. Holding out as long as he can to make that pit stop, hoping for a caution. Rusty Wallace, he makes the turn. Quickly closing in on the halfway point of this race. Look at the clear track that Kyle Busch has right now. Nobody wants to pit when you have the whole speedway to yourself. Going down very good laps. Exactly what you want to do. He's now built his lead over Logano to 3.5 seconds. Even Cale is 2.9. So Cale Yarborough is clear of that traffic now, though. Looks like Kyle's coming in. On the low line. Yep. Coming to pit lane. That tends the lead back over to Cale Yarborough. Maybe for the first time today, actually. 52 laps on his tires, so he's still got about 60 to go. Jeff Gordon and Joey Logano, they stay out. The gap back to Richard Petty from Cale is 3.6 seconds. See if we can find Kyle Busch now that he is out of pit lane. Bit of traffic, not terrible. Not great either. See some damage to the front left of Harry Gant. Yeah, he's had some contact with someone. Here's Kyle Busch. 17.1 the first lap. Gonna take a bit for them to come in, but once they do, he's gonna be flying. He's one lap down, so he will stay. That's very key. You can see, is that Cale Yarborough right there, actually? No. Saw an orange and white car, I thought. Pearson and Kenseth hit pit lane. There's the pace, 16.7. Got Martin Truex Jr. in front of him.
Car 117, Darrell Waltrip is black flag.
Oh, Darrell Waltrip.
In fourth position, Kenseth got a black flag.
Got a few cars
Sixth,
spinning.
number 3, Dale Earnhardt Sr. is black flag.
I don't know if we'll be able to. We tried, though. Waltrip's coming in. Big moment there, speeding on pit lane. Kyle Busch, gets hung up behind Waltrip, hitting. It's going to cost him a bit. Denny Hamlin's got damage on the front left. Neil Bonnet gets out right in front of Kyle. He's just got to be losing his mind here. Truex is your net leader on this series of stops, which is mind-boggling. There goes Kyle. Might get by here, but now there's a ton of traffic ahead. Bobby Allison struggling on the old tires. Kyle Busch get to the outside with Martin Truex. Oh, huge checkout for Bobby Allison. What a great race this has been so far. A lot of different strategies playing out. Cale Yarborough currently holds an 8-second lead over their 15-second last, ladies and gentlemen. So he is half a lap ahead of Alan Kulwicki and Richard Petty here. He's got Bobby Labonte and Bobby Allison. Oh, Bobby Allison, he's tumbling actually. So I think we could be at a point where we have 4 or 5 cars on the lead lap if it continues this way. Because when I look at where Cale Yarborough is, yeah, there's your leader. Looks like Gordon's going to get a lap back.
Mini sector 1 slow.
Joey Logano and some new damage on the front left. A few guys there I'm noticing. That front valence getting bent in. I'm not seeing where that contact is being made. Maybe it's on pit lane. .7 now the gap for Kulwicki. He's able to bring it down a little bit.
Slow sector 1.
There's Kulwicki. Earnhardt Sr. 2 laps down in 11. Looking for a way by Kulwicki. Looks like he was going to try the high side on the Hooters machine. Look at those right rears just slide through turn 1. Shoot the car down into 3 and using that banking to roll through the corner. Up and around Jeff Burton. Many laps down. Earnhardt Sr. is okay. Now everything is set. He's showing out 3 laps down. Next car ahead of him is Bill Elliott.
Track temp is up 7 degrees in the last 30 minutes. 10.
Yeah, almost to 100 degrees track temp. Didn't get as hot as I thought it was going to get. Still pretty warm out there.
Mini sector 4.
Timing is scoring all over the place right now, but Cale Yarborough is your leader. We have a huge traffic jam in front of him, though. Nowhere to go. And it's allowing Kulwicki to close up very quickly. Like over a second lap. Cale Yarborough, you got to get to the high side. Come out right behind these guys. Bobby Allison's up ahead, and he's actually on the lead lap, I think, in 5th or so. He's the one holding everyone up, actually. Bobby Allison really struggling on this set of tires. He is in 4th at the moment. Pretty crazy here. Cale Yarborough stuck in a huge pack of cars while others are much quicker coming up on him, just going by on the outside, trying to get their lap back. Look at the run David Pearson just got on the outside. That was incredible. That ghost machine. Coming by. This is his teammate, and Cale Yarborough. Help me out, teammate. Get me back on the lead lap. I thought we had a crash up here. They were 3 wide. I heard tires screaming. Still holding on to the lead. Kulwicki is there, though. Less than a second. Oh, Dale Jarrett, a huge checkup. 3 wide off of 3. Jarrett, Bonnet, and Earnhardt. Earnhardt's got a very quick car. Try to force the issue on the outside. Dale Sr., he's going to get by and try to keep touch with Cale Yarborough. Hopefully he can get it back on the lead lap when he is ready to pit on lap 90 of his pit cycle. Just past the halfway point here at Concord. That is over 200 laps in the book. Just under 200 to go. Race has been fluctuating for the most part of the day. It's trying to find itself at this point. Oh, Toby Stewart goes high. He almost wrecked. He's up in the wall. Something going on with the 20 car. Is he out of fuel? We gotta check this out. What's going on with the 20? Oh, crash! We're gonna do it. Let's see. Gets down, but Kulwicki took a heavy hit. I think Kulwicki's day is done. Here we are. See the checkup. He's trying to get to the pit lane. There's nowhere for him to go. Comes back down, collects Kulwicki. Oh, that is hard. staying on track. Heavy damage to that right front. Tony Stewart's out of gas on pit lane. Stay with this to make sure we don't need to put out a caution flag. Not even sure how the car is moving. But Cale Yarborough coming up on lap 100 of his pit stint, so we don't want to confuse the pits here. Tony Stewart will be towing momentarily. Any second, there he goes. Great shot of the track from up above. There you go, Cale Yarborough. Still leading 5 seconds now, the gap to Kulwicki. He's able to open it up a bit. And in fact, closing on Bobby Labonte, who's on the lead lap, the last car on the lead lap in 4th place. Things are very mixed up right now in the field with pit stops, but 4th place about to go a lap down to Cale Yarborough. He got 3rd place just ahead. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that we only have 2 cars on the lead lap. Kulwicki has damage. This plays into Cale's hands. He has nobody really on his strategy that can even compete with him now. Oh, sideways.
Is really slow down.
Wide behind Cale Yarborough, but now he is single file and needed it desperately. He was sliding through there last time by. Now on lap 218, pit stop should be coming shortly for the 28.
Sector 6 slow.
Tony Stewart back on track. He's exiting pit lane. Good to see for him. Just need a little fuel and spark the ignition. He's on his way. Cale Yarborough to the outside of Ricky Rudd. Might have some fluid on the track. Understand on the exit of turn 3. Take a look, see if we need to put out a caution. Lap 221 coming up on 222. Bobby Labonte just ahead of the leader. Who's gonna blink first? You know there might be a caution coming out. Could be a good time to pit. Or be wait. I think actually wait because of how short this track is. Either brake fluid or transmission fluid we're hearing from race control, and the yellow will be coming out. Do need to get that cleaned up. So here on lap 224. The caution is out.
Pace car
just in time for Bobby Labonte. Keep his lap. Let's see who's first car lap down. Kyle Busch. But we'll see what happens after everyone pits. So all the lead lap cars have pit. Everyone here will get the wave around.
Going one more lap.
Alan Kulwicki back on pit lane. Oh, he must be getting those repairs done.
One more lap.
Yeah, tough break there. So let's take a look. Where is Kyle Busch? Okay. Yeah, this ain't gonna happen. Go one more again on yellow. So we need to get these guys all waved around.
Hang on, we're not going green. Going one more lap. Going one more lap.
Make sure we get our top 10 on the line here.
Going one more lap.
There we go. Go back green here in just a moment.
We're going one more lap.
hopefully our last caution for the day. And this looks like it might be single file, unless we can get it back double file. Looks like this will be a single file restart. Cale Yarborough, Kyle Busch, Bobby Allison, Bobby Labonte, Kyle Larson, Bill Elliott, Jeff Gordon, David Pearson.
Pace car entered the pit.
Green flag's out.
Get ready to race. Mini sector 4 slow.
Single file, everyone does a great job of getting going green. Kyle Busch got the older tires, but getting up to speed quicker. It's right on the rear bumper of Yarborough. Looks like he's going to look into one. He's there. Cale holding him off, though. Cale Yarborough, already a winner on the season, looking to get his second. Kyle Busch, last year's champ, still looking for a win. Bobby Allison really looking for a way by. See Kyle's tires starting to fall off as the temps are coming up on the newer tires from those that pit. Now Cale with a ton of traffic at front. Goes the inside on Ken Schrader, gets that done pretty easy. Larson making a move on Bobby Allison. That's for third. Or not for third, excuse me. Larson's still a lap down. He's the first car a lap down. Trying to get back onto the lead lap. Busch inside it, got Bobby Allison there, top three, all under a little blanket.
Track temp has fallen 8 degrees
cloud
to
cover.
91 in the last 2 minutes 10 seconds.
Bobby Allison now right to the rear of Cale Yarborough. Teammates dominating here at Concord. Using that high line, just pulling away from the rest of the field now. Cale decides to go low to try to get by Mark Martin, which is going to cost him the lead potentially, as Bobby Allison stays high and he will get around Darrell wall trip. And that's going to pin Cale Yarborough, yeah. Kyle Busch even going to get by. He's having a look there on the outside into turn 1. Baby Allison chops off the nose of the 28. Cale gets back up in front of Kyle before turn 3. Driving hard there into turn 1. Cale Yarborough hates that inside line into turn 3. And listen to Larson trying to make a move. 3 wide, and they get by Yarborough. Larson's looking to get back on the lead lap in these last 100 laps. Meanwhile, though, Bobby Allison has taken off. 4/10 a lap quicker. Almost can't even see second, third back in the picture anymore. Comes Kyle Busch. Will have to stop soon. Probably in the next 30 laps, which will put him right at the mark for one more stop. It's going to be close. Richard Petty now up to 4th. Got by Bobby Labonte. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, 3 wide here. Bobby Labonte and Richard Petty really fighting it out here. Labonte been very consistent early on in this season. Trying to maintain that top 10 in points. Larson was looking quick early in the run. He might get his lap back now. Dale Sr. up to 7th. He's the first car lap down. Fastest lap of the race currently belongs to David Pearson. Burning in 8th, 15.837. A few cars to get into that 0.8 bracket. So Cale Yarborough still running 3rd. Got Kyle Busch in 2nd. Trying to track back down Bobby Allison, who's in a bit of traffic right now. Got the high line though, the preferred line through traffic, and definitely help him get through there quicker. Craig Biffle, he was very quick in practice this before the race, but did not convert over to qualifying. Started near the tail end of the field and is now running 18th, so I think what could have been for the 16 car. He just had a good qualifying run. He could be top 10 at this time. Up ahead, got a bit of clear track, and then another wall of cars, including those alike of Jimmie Johnson and Matt Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Even Tony Stewart, who's had a rough day. Still somehow out on track, though. Alan Kulwicki, he had damage early from Tony Stewart, or not early, but from about mid-race. But he was going to get a top 5, and now he's 4 laps down in 28th. Three-second lead before Bobby Allison. There's Kyle Busch. Ran a 17.1 that time by him. Gonna be looking for a pit stop momentarily. See if he can extend it out far enough to make it all the way on one more fuel run. Puts him right at about 130. I think you need to be at least 120 to be safe. So another 10 laps. Kyle Busch will be there. Imagine Truex probably pitting pretty soon as well, but may not make it to the end from here. Kyle Busch trying to clear Chase Elliott. He's in 24th. Seeing when that pit stop might come if he blinks before the lap count gets to what it needs to be. He's still staying out. Is he coming in? Oh, I look like it. Staying on track, the 18. Gap behind him is closing. Nice job, clear now. Chase Elliott into turn 3. 1.8 up ahead to Bobby Allison. Bobby's struggling on the inside line. Kyle Busch off 3. Underneath Harriet. Into turn 1. He's going to clear. Nope, not quite. Maybe off of 2. Now 1 second now is the gap. And I think Kyle Busch is good to go from here, so anyone that pits from here can make it to the end. Kyle will have fresh tires when he comes out and we set some very fast laps. How will that balance out when Bobby Allison, Cale Yarborough, Bobby Labonte, and those guys pit? Bobby Allison in the lead. Oh, big checkup for the 12. Allows the 18 to draw closer. Cale Yarborough in 3rd. Got the lead down to 2.5 seconds as well. He's doing pretty good through the traffic. Bobby Allison again on the inside. He's able to get clear, but it's not the spot you want to be.
Track temp up 7 degrees in the last 10 minutes, 2 seconds.
That track temp up to 97 degrees, so not very warm. See Cale just flying right now. Wow, Busch. It's got to pit any minute. Looks like maybe this lap he is low on the track. Cale Yarborough tracking down his teammate. See a Cale and Bobby Allison showdown here. These last 100 laps. Bobby Labonte closing up a bit here. Gap under 4 seconds for him to the lead.
Sector 4.
It's Kyle Busch again. Pit stop maybe this time by. We'll see. Oh, lost a lot of time there. I'm somewhat in amazement right now that he's still out there on track. He's well clear of the target he needed, and this could get interesting for him if he can't get back down the track here. He's got some lap cars who's inside. Clear of Biffle. Very fortunate there for the 18. And he's still going to stay high. Maybe look on Jeff Burton, he said. Very interesting that he's still able to be on track with this many laps and this pace too. He's still running 17.1s, consistent with the lead. Labonte still making his way through. He's still 4 seconds back. He's not losing time. On the outside as well.
Mini sector 6.
See him showing up closer and closer. See, is that, yep, Greg Biffle on pit lane. It's gonna be his last stop for the day. Oh, here comes Kyle Busch. Bringing it in. No. Did he miss it? Down to the inside. Let's see if he can get to pit lane this time by. And he will. Does he speed? Interesting there, that extra lap could cost him. See Cale Yarborough in the background of this shot, lurking for the lead. And here's Bobby Labonte. He got stuck there when Kyle Busch had his issue. So he's trying to make back up the time. About a second loss. There's Kyle Busch out of the pits. He's going to be out in 15. Oh, contact with Bill Elliott, but keeps it going. Bill Elliott, however. Oh my. Bill Elliott needs to get down. He can't. Contact with Kulwicki. He gets down the track. Oh boy. Close call there for a lot of drivers. Bit of a bad break for the 9. So there goes your leader, Bobby Allison. Jimmie Johnson and David Pearson, they're on pit lane. 100 laps to go, 95 this time by. Truex Jr., he's had a good race going, but he's a little stuck up there down on the inside, and he needs new tires in a bad way. Going a lap down in 5th. It also just shows the torrid pace that Bobby Allison's on. Determined here today at Concord, taking over this last stanza of the race. Earnhardt Sr. leaving. See Bill Elliott there, I think. Elliott might have got some damage and caused him to visit his pit box a bit longer than he hoped. And, ooh, check up there with Truex, and Bobby Allison got into him. And I think we just saw Kyle Larson and Bill Elliott tow, and there goes Dale Sr. out of gas. Oh my. Moments on pit lane there with Larson and Earnhardt. Oh, coming off of turn 3. Close call with Mark Martin. He's trying to get down the track for pits. Looks like he'll try to get there. No. In trouble still. Almost contact with the leader. Mark Martin gets down. Oh man. Side by side, all the pit lane. 3 wide. Pure chaos here. Cale Yarborough still second. Now 3 seconds off of Bobby Allison. It's pit stops. Oh, car! There we go. That was it. Right in front of Cale Yarborough.
P27 car 15 Michael Waltrip needs to pit for repairs.
How many people is this going to teleport out? I think Cale Yarborough's done.
Black flag. P24 to number 42 Kyle Petty got a black flag. Bowyer has a black flag. Gant has a black flag. P11 Gordon has a black flag. Number 9 Bill Elliott has a black flag.
Wow, what a big moment. Cale Yarborough towing to the pits. Bobby Allison coming down pit lane. Mark Martin's out of fuel. This is crazy. At least out of the way. But now, it's going to take some time to clean all this up with our standings. There goes Bobby Allison. He's out. It's like Richard Petty's second.
Hang on, we're not going green. One more lap.
Alright, I think we're getting things back in order slowly but surely. We're still going to let a lot of cars get their laps back as we had quite a few penalties that were unwarranted.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Go ahead and wave these guys around.
Hang on, we're not going green. Hang on, we're not going green.
So make sure we get all of our leaders up at the front for this restart, as it also seems like it's going to be single file. Five cars on the lead lap. Almost there. I see Kyle Busch off in the distance.
We're going one more lap. We're going one more lap.
All right, there we go.
We're going one more lap.
Should be going green in about 2 laps here, which leave us with just under 75 to go. 5 cars, or 8 cars now in the lead lap actually. A few towards the back. Top 5, though, all in line. That's Bobby Allison, Richard Petty, Bobby Labonte, Martin Truex, and Kyle Busch. Big heartbreak for Cale Yarborough, who had a great race going and potentially a win on the table, and gets stuck behind that wreck with Michael Waltrip and Mark Martin to end his day.
Pace car in pit lane.
Comes the green flag, though. We're back underway. 74 laps to go at Concord.
Green.
Track tent
Slow
dropping.
mini sector 4.
Cloud cover hitting the speedway. See everybody making their way through here. Back stretch into turn 3. Michael Waltrip back on track. Here come the leaders again, just that quick. Here's the battle for 4th. Looks like Kyle Busch is trying to get there. And he will. Kyle move him up to 4th. See if Kyle Busch can close the gap on the 18 on 18 here. So we are under 70 laps to go, 69 remaining. Richard Petty trying to track Bobby Allison for the win here at Concord. Both looking for their first win on the season. In fact, everyone on the lead lap looking for their first win on the season. Very good chance we'll see a new winner here today. Very different though from last year, where Joey Logano dominated much of the race and had very few cautions, if any, maybe one. And now, many lead changes. Anything can happen here as we come 4 cars battling for the lead in the final 100 laps at Concord. It's gonna really get down to it. Kyle Busch putting on the pressure. Bobby Labonte not quite as aggressive, but Wilt is very opportunistic. The spot's there, he will take it, but he won't necessarily create the spot. There goes the lead. Richard Petty to first. Bobby Allison on that low line just cannot keep it held down there. It's like Kyle Busch working the high line now. Richard Petty has his teammate and Kyle Petty right in front. Goes low.
Weather
clear.
update. Track temperature down 7 degrees.
Kyle Busch again. Focusing on the king. Oh, big lift though for Kyle's. Came through the kink, a little crossed up, I guess. Kyle Busch driving real hard right now, not wanting to let Richard Petty get away. Bobby Allison, though, looking to his outside. Might get this position. This could be a thing, matter of tires, as Kyle Busch's tires are about 20 laps older. Also, that high line just seems to be superior as the race has gone on. Sideways on entry for Kyle Busch. Same for Bobby Allison. Let's see, can he? He's completely sideways here. Trying to clear Kyle Petty. Not making it easy. He wants Richard Petty to get as far out in front. Hold these guys up if he can. And see, here's Richard Petty now getting by another teammate in Bubba Wallace. Joey Logano up ahead. He's in 8th. On the lead lap, but about to go a lap down. And then you got Bobby Allison now. Is there enough time? Coming up on 50 laps to go. Can he mount another run? Tires are wearing off. You just gotta hope Richard Petty gets pinned down low. Nice run for the Miller machine off of 3. Closing the gap on the leader. Let's see, almost half a second that time by. Let's see what we have here. Similar lap times there, but damage has been done. Bobby is on the rear bumper of Richard Petty. Now Busch continues about a second back. And Bobby Labonte another second back of Busch. Be 50 to go at the line. It's getting down to it. Can the King close it out? Hasn't really been up front, at least in the lead until now. He's been hanging around the top 5, but it's the first time he's really shown his cards. And Bobby Allison says, not too fast. Right in the tracks of the 43. Here we are on board with Bobby Allison. They go inside on Neil Bonnet.
Johnson is black flag.
Yeah, Jimmie Johnson getting black flag. We'll have to find out what for. Interesting. See if we can clear this for him so he's not in there too long. Can't imagine he did anything too egregious. But that will drop in. Down the running order. Battle for lead rages on. 45 to go this time by. Right behind Joey Logano trying to stay on the lead lap in case a caution comes out. Bobby Allison's looking. Almost there. He is there now. Richard Petty sideways. Can't keep it under control. Bobby Allison's doing a great job in the middle. Leads that lap. Kyle Busch is caught back up too. 3-car battle for the lead. Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, Kyle Busch. Who's it going to be? Kulwicki wishes he was still in the running. Great opportunity to win here today, and still showing his pace, getting by Bobby Allison on the outside. Side by side at the line, 18 in the 43. Bobby Labonte not too far off the lead now. Oh, big lift from Busch as he had to check up off the turn 2, and Richard Petty on the outside is going to pull away again. By Darrell Waltrip cleanly on the outside. 40 to go at the line. Jimmie Johnson, a lot of damage there. Limping around the track in 19th.
Mini sector 3 is slow.
Richard Petty doing a great job in traffic right now. Putting the car where he wants to be at the time he wants it to be there and not losing any time. No, look at Bobby Allison back here in a total mess. Time's running out. There's the king into turn 1 on the inside of Logano. Sideways through there. See, that's what they're dealing with. So you see things like that, it really heats up the right rear and wears the tire out. So the more that happens, the better a chance then, of course, that Bobby Allison and Kyle Busch, even Bobby Labonte have at getting back to Richard Petty. But there we go. Clears the 48. Just needs to run in the tracks of the 22. The 22 is quick. Having to go low on Michael Waltrip. And we'll get that done, it looks like. Rusty Wallace, huge checkup. A lot of racing here going on. Those quarters right in front of the leader. Fortunately, Petty on the outside. Keeping the gap to Bobby Allison. Pretty standard at 1 second. Pretty stable, I should say. Kyle Busch not able to close up. Maintaining that high line, Richard Petty. Going by Logano now. That's a big pass if he can get by. Because Logano will be difficult for the other guys to get by. And clear. That's us back to Bobby Allison. We'll stay with him here. 30 laps to go now. 29 remain. Kyle Busch in third. Just a little further back. And the gap has really ballooned now. Bobby Labonte seemed to be stuck on the inside and has lost 4th place to Truex. .6 the gap. Bobby Allison to Richard Petty. Logano looking to get by again. Good lap there for Bobby Allison. Got the gap down slightly. Try the inside on Rusty Wallace. Did not work. Kyle Busch gonna get to the high side. 25 remain. See Bobby Allison really hanging out the right rear. Yeah, Kyle Busch is by. Is there time for Kyle Busch to get to the lead one last time? Oh, another big checkup. Rusty Wallace making life hard for the leaders. Richard Petty now in a huge ball of traffic. So these other guys need to get there immediately. Kyle's going to get to the outside here of Jeff Gordon. Richard Petty's pinned low. Trying to get by Dale Jr. Can't get by, so very big benefit to Kyle Busch as he's really closed the gap now. Almost under a second. 3.5 back to Bobby Allison. He's pretty much out of the picture. Oh, heartbreaker for Kyle Busch as he slams the brakes. Ugh. Inside line is not working for anyone. He's on very old tires too. Just allowing Richard Petty to pull away, under 20 to go. Great run here for the SCP-43. Looking to bring himself back into the championship conversation. A good shot at it last year. Bobby Allison and Kyle Busch side by side further back.
Mini sector 3.
Looks like Bobby Allison might be able to get by down the back straightaway, and he does. $15 remain. Appreciate everyone for tuning in today. Thank you for watching today's race at Concord in the Stock Car Championship Series. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Mini sector 6 is slow.
Our next race for... Oh, Denny Hamlin way off pace. Right in front of the leader, too. Looks like Denny Hamlin might be coming to pit lane. Cars are off pace everywhere. Our next race, though, will be in 2 weeks at Texas, and Bobby Allison is all of a sudden
Mini sector 2
here,
slow.
and he is about to take the lead. Oh my. Bobby Allison takes the lead. I'm not sure what is going on with Richard Petty. He's stuck on the inside line and not making up any ground. A very odd end to this race as tires seem to be struggling for grip. I'm not sure. Bobby Allison on the apron to get by live traffic. 10 to go at the line. Does Richard Petty have anything for him? I can't believe Bobby caught back up and I was passing. Going for the win. Something has changed in this track. See, there are marbles everywhere. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll be back in next week. Will be the Indy 500 for the IndyCar Legend Racing Series. Double points on the line. Be sure to tune in for that. In 2 weeks, we'll be back here at Stock Car Championship Series for Texas. Richard Petty, he's not giving up, but he is just stuck right now. Oh, Bobby Allison goes wide. It's turned almost into like a single groove track in these last 20 laps. Very bizarre. Richard Petty trying to get back to the lead. He's there on the inside of Bobby Allison. Goes inside Harry Gant. Gets the lead back with now 6 to go. Teammate of Richard Petty ahead. Does he get by into turn 3? Bobby Allison right there still, and now he goes to the inside. Petty the outside. Momentum, does it work? This is bizarre racing here, ladies and gentlemen. And that could have been all it takes. Now Richard Petty's getting rolled on the bottom line. Bobby Allison to the high side. Richard Petty's going to get one more shot at this if Bobby Allison can't get back low. There's 3 laps remaining. But Richard Petty, his car's staying high too. Two laps to go. Is there enough time? I think if Richard Petty had gotten low, he could be there right now. 1 lap remains this time by. And the gap is shrinking, but Richard Petty just can't get his car down to the bottom line. He's there. Richard Petty's there. Final corner. Petty. Unbelievable. Richard Petty takes the lead off the final turn and is going to win here at Concord. What a win. What a strange finish. And Richard Petty steals the win on the last lap. Incredible. What a race. Guys are still going around like the race isn't over, but see how long they go around for. Incredible job though by Richard Petty. Everyone continues to circle the track for whatever reason here at Concord, but our race is over here. Incredible win for Richard Petty, then Bobby Allison second, Kyle Busch third, Martin Truex fourth, Bobby Labonte your top 5. Harvick and Rusty Wallace finish out your cars on the lead lap. Then Logano 8th, Earnhardt Jr. 9th, and Kyle Larson your top 10. Let's just scroll through the rest of the field, see where everyone else finished. Dale Earnhardt Sr. on pole finishes 20th. A few cars did not finish. Or one car did not finish. Terry Labonte. Everyone else finished. May have had damage or some sort of repairs needed. Let's go ahead and check back though real quick. Get some screenshots of our results. And we'll take a look at some of the wrecks here. Just over 2 hours in length today. Great shot of the start from the blimp. Okay. So here's contact. Ooh, little bump there. Not too bad, but it was enough to end Stewart's day, really. Oh, it's not that bad. Here's Earnhardt and Kyle Petty contact. Ooh. Oh boy, you're driving right into Labonte. Harry Gant. Ooh, that's where he got his damage from. We didn't see much of this contact at all throughout the race. Kyle Busch and Michael Waltrip almost made contact, and Logano comes down and gets into the back of Bonnet. I didn't see this happening at all throughout the race. We're at lap 198. Ooh, contact there. Jimmie Johnson comes back down.
The entire track is really slow now.
I think Tony Stewart might get probation from this race. We'll see. Oh, contact with Bill Elliott. Kulwicki just had a rough day, man. That was a very close call. Contact there. Oof. Wasn't long. I think it was this lap, maybe? Yeah, there it is. There's a spin right into Pearson. Oh. Jimmie Johnson shovels underneath Cale Yarborough. What a tough break. Looks like contact here on pit entry. Oh, Bubba and Bill brushing shoulders. There's Neil Bonnet. It's like, oh, Logano gets up into him. Alright, yeah, this is the end of the race now. Yeah, I'll give it one more time. You can see. Let's see who the driver of the day was also. 21 spots for Bobby Labonte. Yeah, Bobby Labonte, your driver of the day. 21 spots, up to 5th. Great job for the 18 team. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Your winner today, Richard Petty in the Concord 300, or 400. Yeah, one or the other. 400 laps. Can't recall the mileage. But thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be back next week with the Indianapolis 500 in the IndyCar Legend Racing Series. Be sure to tune in for that. It will be an epic race. Richard Petty comes home victorious, and we'll update the point standings for you next time we see you at Texas in 2 weeks. Till then, have a great rest of your weekend.